let's just get down to it, boppers. We just came off the heels of an absolutely epic event called none other than Cyber Rodeo in Texas. Of course, this was the brainchild idea of none other than Elon Musk. Kind of a double promo between like a huge epic party, kind of rave slash Tesla promotional event all wrapped up in one. And folks, it was just, it was glorious. I don't know how many of you got a chance to view it after, of course, this show. If you haven't, I would recommend checking out the official footage ports for it, most notably on, I think, Tesla's official YouTube. Now, a couple very notable things happened. There was a magnificent kind of shifting drone light show where these drones, they would be like in a bunch of little dots in the sky, and they would form all different shapes and patterns and then quickly shift around to make new things. I've never really quite seen anything like it, not even close. It looked very out of this world. It looked very extraterrestrial. And some of the objects that these light drone armies were forming in the sky, as they were forming various Tesla automobiles, and then they stepped it up and formed a big Cybertruck. Remy, want to come up? Come on up. Come on up, Remy. Come on, sit. Good girl. Good girl. And then they formed a big Cybertruck. And then after that, what did they form? What did they form, Rem? They formed a giant Doge. This is the real life Doge. They formed the giant Shiba Inu Dogecoin mascot. And if you haven't seen it, I isolated the clip of that and I posted it to my Twitter. And you can check it out there. It was really cool. And most notable about the formation of the Doge dog in the sky at Cyber Rodeo was the fact that it got far and away the largest applause. Isn't that right, Rem? Isn't that right? It got the largest applause. You could hear the whole crowd just break out in a sea of enthusiasm that apexed anything else in terms of reaction that had gone on and transpired in that light show thus far. And as you can see, Remy is super excited about it. And she can hardly contain herself, right? You can hardly contain yourself. And I don't blame you, because it was that big of a deal. It was that big of a deal. So that was one of the most notable, incredible things that happened. Anyway, the second major thing that transpired was this absolutely epic entrance by Elon Musk into the heart of Cyber Rodeo, on stage, of course, where a lot of music and I think DJs were set up and things of this nature. Now, I was going to say Remy. Elon came onto the stage in a Tesla, and when he got out of the Tesla, you guys, he was, of course, donned in a cowboy hat and the big Tesla belt buckle and some shades. And the crowd just absolutely went nuts. Like an old Beatles concert, right? The crowd absolutely went wild. They were literally cutting the footage of women crying upon seeing Elon Musk. It was like cyber. He was like the cyber pimp. And Elon Musk, if you want to see footage of that, I clipped and edited footage of that, and you can check that out on my Twitter page as well. And it was really inspiring. It was really a lot of fun. Then from there, Elon Musk went on to give a little talk about the most recent developments of Tesla products, kind of the future where things are headed. And he did kind of gave one verbal signal. That's how I took it anyway. Regarding Dogecoin, he said to the moon somewhere throughout the talk, and to much applause. One of the big takeaways that I got from Cyber Rodeo is just how massively popular Dogecoin is, how massively popular the Doge mascot is, and the imaging and branding surrounding it. I would wager to say that many people love Dogecoin that don't even own any Dogecoin. They just love the branding of it. They think it's cute. They think it's cool. And these are all potential future investors, and many of them will be. But more than that, I think it's really cool how Dogecoin is continuously, particularly in America, evolving to be kind of a household lovable brand and culture, even outside of it being a digital currency. And I think this is only going to continue in very massive ways. Furthermore, we're seeing a lot of people that were very skeptical of Dogecoin, or very on the fence about it, kind of start crossing over now that they see the things that are coming into play here. Now that Elon Musk has a chair on the board of directors at Twitter, now that he's confirmed, anyway, through one of my tweets, that the idea of a Dogecoin tip jar on Twitter is something that's interests him greatly and that he is very much about. I think that we are very short time away from actually seeing an official Dogecoin tip jar on Twitter. And I think that we're going to continue to see a lot of crossover integration between essentially Dogecoin and Twitter in some really neat, creative ways that we haven't perhaps even discussed or discovered yet. I find all this really fascinating. I obviously find all this very cool and inspiring. I said a bit earlier tonight, Elon Musk is kind of what happens when you're a billionaire, except you're actually cool. Because cool and billionaire don't usually go in the same sentence. And I noticed that Billy Marcus tweeted out a short time ago that Elon Musk makes the world more fun. And I couldn't agree with that more. I thought that was very simply and aptly stated. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, and they were kind of fooling around with perhaps trying to throw a rock at the window of the Cybertruck again, but for whatever reason, they declined to do that. I was actually looking forward to seeing that attempted again. Pardon me as I take a sip from some ginger tea. But this was an absolutely epic event. Definitely one for the record books. It'll be interesting to see how many more events like this are going to transpire in Texas. I don't think this is the end of it. Me, as an electronic music fan, I thought the type of electronic music that was soundtracked for the whole thing was absolutely brilliant. The perfect fit. It was kind of had a whole Blade Runner vibe, which of course I'm very fond of. Very classic, kind of retro futuristic kind of vibe. And I thought everything went really well with it. Plus with a kind of a cowboy flair to it. It's just a very unique dynamic, aesthetically and conceptually, that I thought was really cool. So, all right. The fact that there was Tesla vehicles, bright lights, drones in the sky forming Tesla vehicles, and then back to back with that, we saw the Dogecoin mascot. I mean, back to back with that I agree. I think it's a very strong sign, strong signal, strong hint of things to come.